While MAGA has been foaming at the mouth begging Trump to release the Epstein files, guess what else just quietly happened? The Trump administration slashed the State Department's Anti-Human Trafficking Office. You know, the one Congress mandated 25 years ago to fight global sex and labor trafficking. Half the staff was fired, the rest reassigned. So basically, they gutted the entire office, making it harder for them to help child victims, hold foreign governments accountable, and prevent slave labor in global supply chains. Isn't it super convenient that within the same week people started demanding accountability from Trump? The same week people start demanding the Epstein files be released. He guts the very agency that investigates human trafficking. It's almost like he doesn't want people looking too closely. And it's just so bizarre to me that the same administration that calls themselves pro-life is dismantling the very office tasked with protecting kids from sex slavery. You're cutting off services for thousands of victims around the world. Meanwhile, the U.S. has sent nearly $18 billion to fund Israel's military campaign, while Americans are losing basic health care, the SNAP program is being defunded, we have Americans living on the streets, and we're all being told that there's no money for housing, food assistance, or even clean water. Imagine if we redirected even a fraction of that money to help people that are unhoused, fund hospitals, or maybe, I don't know, keep the Anti-Human Trafficking Office open? But please, yes, go on, tell me how you're so fucking pro-life. You ever see a squirrel run into the middle of the street and do some fuck shit like this? And as that happens, you think to yourself, wow, that squirrel has more direction than the U.S. immigration policy right now. Well, that's because you're fucking right! Hi everyone, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, you know what fucking time it is, bitch! It's time for the Daily Scream! Under Trump's ICE chief, Tom Homan, who looks like Frankenstein's malnourished twin that lost a significant amount of key nutrients in the womb, ICE officers don't need probable cause to detain people. Not like that's ever stopped them before, though. They've just gotten more comfortable with their racism. But according to this lifeless meatball in a Men's Wearhouse clearance suit, quote, ICE can briefly detain someone based on location, occupation, physical appearance, and actions. Translation, we've already been doing this, but now I feel a lot more comfortable telling the country that we've been detaining people based on racial profiling. Sir, you look like a Funko Pop that got melted in the backseat of a Dodge Ram. You look like your body is composed of 60% expired milk and 40% boot polish. And you're bragging on TV that ICE no longer needs probable cause like it's cute, as if the Fourth Amendment is a suggestion. This is literally racial profiling on steroids. What? Do you get a semi-terrorizing communities of color? And let's not forget, this is the same man who said if countries won't take back deportees, ICE will just find another country to dump them in. Lawless government agencies should not have power based on suspicion. That isn't public safety, that is state terror. And for anybody out here telling you that this is normal, it's not. As a country, we are one step away from living out Hitler's wet dream of having an authoritarian government. And it's gonna be ran by a man who looks like he doesn't even know how to tie his own fucking shoes. By the way, TikTok tends to silence my posts talking about certain topics, especially topics involving sensitive subjects like this. So if you don't already, please make sure to follow me on Instagram and check out my Instagram Reels because I post everything cross-platform. That way you don't miss anything. Hey guys, we have a little bit of a problem. Microplastics are making bees forget how to be bees. You know, bees, those little insects that over 1/3 of our food supply depends on. Yeah, we're fucked. Hi everyone, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, you know what fucking time it is, bitch. It's time for the Daily Scream. I'm not kidding, and I wish I was. Microplastics are literally getting into the guts, brains, and little tiny fuzzy bodies of bees and scrambling their memory like a fried iPhone battery after you accidentally dropped it in a hot tub. Bees are supposed to smell flowers and be like,
oh my god, yes, yummy nectar.
But now, thanks to plastic pollution, their brains can no longer differentiate between a rose and a red Solo cup. They literally can't tell if they're smelling lavender or a urinal cake from Applebee's. Mind you, we're already suffocating them with pesticides, wiping out their habitat, boiling them alive with climate change, and now they're inhaling glitter and microbeads every single time they attempt to do their job. Researchers literally found plastic inside bees' brains. brains. And when these scientists trained them, like Pavlov's dogs, to remember a smell tied to a certain food, the bees forgot within 24 hours. Imagine forgetting where your kitchen is every single day. That is what microplastics have done to them. And if you're thinking, aw, that's sad, but not my problem. Actually, you're wrong, because no bees equals no pollination, and no pollination equals no food. Here's the rundown of what happens if bees can't properly pollinate. Crops don't get fertilized. Fruit and vegetable yields collapse. Grains and nuts decline. Livestock suffers because their feed crop disappears. And then there's us. Famine, higher food prices, and collapsing ecosystems. Again, over 1/3 of the crops we eat rely on bees. Without them, say goodbye to apples, almonds, blueberries, coffee, chocolate. Microplastics are in everything. Our air, our soil, our honey, even in human brains. We are literally breathing in plastic, and so are these bees. So yeah, we're fucked. If you own a Ring camera, congratulations! There's a chance someone hacked your device and has been watching you. My friend sent me a video yesterday about how on May 28th, thousands of Ring camera users noticed strange logins from devices they didn't recognize. Some of these devices were from different countries with names like device not found. And after seeing the video, I was like, there's no way my device got hacked. Turns out, when I logged into my account, I had 4 random devices logged into my Ring camera. Meaning, there's a chance someone was watching me enter and leaving my home. Not only that, but they probably saw me walking around my fucking living room butt-ass naked. And oddly enough, this just so happens to occur a year after the FTC made Ring cough up $5.8 million because, plot twist, they let employees, contractors, and apparently everybody but your fucking mother watch your indoor Ring camera footage without your permission. One woman came on TikTok and she was talking about how the only reason she checked to see if her account was hacked was because she was talking to her husband next to their Ring camera about how their dog was being disobedient. And then she got a random text afterwards from a number that she did not know saying, "Trust your dog is cute." So either ghosts are now tech literate and they're able to send cryptic text messages, or our Ring cameras actually got hacked. And Ring's response? Oh, it's just a display error. So here's what you can do if you have a Ring device. I highly recommend going into your account, going to Control Center, click on Authorized Client Devices, and if you see any devices logged into your account on May 28th, remove those motherfuckers. Also, change your passwords, check your device logins regularly, maybe change your email too if you want to, because whether it's hackers or not, it appears as though someone has been peeking in on Ring camera users, and I feel like not enough people are talking about this, because this is actually really fucking creepy. Oh, hey guys, yeah, don't mind me. I'm just checking something out real quick. Yup, just as I thought.
The bar is on the fucking floor!
And apparently, our government has somehow managed to continue limboing under it. Hi everyone, if you're new, welcome. If you're not new, you know what fucking time it is, bitch! It's time for the Daily Scream! We are fucked! Emile Beauvais, a man who looks like the human version of a melting Funko Pop that was left out in the sun too long, said the Department of Justice should consider telling federal courts, fuck you. And now he's being nominated for a lifetime seat on the Third Circuit Court of Appeal. This smudged human thumbprint in a suit could potentially become a federal judge for life. He wasn't fired, he wasn't investigated, he was promoted. This man sat on record and said that if a judge tells the government to not deport people illegally, the Department of Justice should just tell the court, fuck you. Yes, that is a real quote. We literally have text messages from DOJ lawyers saying, guess it's find out time on the fuck you. And the guy who reported Emile Beauvais for saying this bullshit was fired. They fired him and promoted Emile. There is documented evidence that Beauvais directed the Department of Homeland Security to go through with deportations in violation of a federal court order. And when asked about it, under oath, he said, I don't recall. Bitch, he lied under oath, and they want to promote him! And let's not ignore the elephant in the room. The man is being nominated to the bench that he openly suggested telling to go fuck itself. That's like making an arsonist your fire marshal. This is exactly what happens when loyalty to Trump is rewarded over loyalty to the law. We are actively watching democracy collapse in real time. Because if Senate confirms Beauvais' lifetime seat on the Third Circuit Court of Appeals, he will have enormous influence over big policy areas such as immigration, voting rights, civil liberties, all things Trump wants to completely roll back on. So call your senators and tell them, hey biatch, I like having my rights. So if you vote yes on Emile Beauvais' confirmation into the Third Circuit, it's on fucking sight, bitch!